Hello traders, today is September 23rd, 2024. I'm gonna go over some names today. I think I only have 10. I'm gonna try to focus a little bit more, less in quantity, and I'm gonna really work on trying to find the best setups that I can find, where if it's in this list or if I find other stuff around due to research or whatnot. Anyways, just keep in mind, this is not financial advice. If you find this content useful, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you are thinking about investing, please do your own research and due diligence before you risk any capital in any type of investment. That being said, let's start with AFRM. And I mentioned this yesterday. I think my thesis here is, and this looks pretty exhausted, and I do believe that we need a little bit of a cool down. We're under 45, and this is what I said yesterday. We're probably gonna go, would be healthy if we go down to 42, and then we retest this level, go back to 45, break 45, and then move towards 52. I think my next level was 52. I think that's what I was saying. And I did mention this not on yesterday's video, but I think I had a short YouTube video, and there's where I'm mentioning a firm. But anyways, keep an eye on the RSI, the TSI, and the MACD. Again, they look extended. They look, obviously, they are losing momentum. There is less volume, and today in general was a day with very little volume, and it was a boring day, I guess, pretty choppy and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I think right now. It would be best if we go down towards 42.5 and then claim this level again, go back towards 45. If not, this I think it would be healthier. You get these indicators a little bit of a breather, and then you can continue going to the upside. If you break 42.50, you're definitely gonna go towards 40. You still, in general terms, in good shape. You're way over the 200 SMA. The 35 SMA is on its way to cross the 200 SMA. That's a good thing. So yeah, keep an eye on these two levels. I don't have a position in a firm, but it would have been probably, I was trading Apple today again, so I wasn't paying much attention to a firm, but I know it was green and then it totally lost momentum. Apple had the same situation today. A lot of names actually were behaving that way, and it could be lack of momentum or just a little bit of a shifting in money direction. But anyways, that's what I have for a firm. Let's move on to the next name, which is where are you? AMD. And I haven't mentioned AMD in a while. By that I mean probably a week or maybe less. But the sector in general still doesn't have enough momentum, in my opinion. We are again trapped between these two indicators, the 35 SMA and the 200 SMA. Now the 35 SMA went under the 200 SMA, which in this case I'm not too worried about. MACD and TSI are looking kind of positive, but again, there is not a lot of volume. And again, in general, there wasn't a lot of volume today. And maybe I check SPY and I can show you the type of volume that we got today. I think it was 30 million on SPY. But anyways, you have to we're either going to range here. You have a volume shelf right here, which is going to be last time, a little bit challenging. Last time I mentioned AMD, I was talking about volume shelves and the fact that they can represent a little bit of a resistance, where if it's to the on the way up or the way down, your support level is 150 or 151, and then you have to go over the 200 SMA and 161. I do believe that we're probably going to be a little bit trapped in this area and see which direction we take. I do believe if we break any of these levels, whether if it's support or resistance, we are probably going to have a continuation move. For now, I would just wait. Again, this sector in general looks a little bit boring or weak, but weak in the sense that there is not enough volume coming in. Let's move on to Amazon. Where is Amazon, if I can find it? All right, let's do Amazon. and it's moving very good. I like the MACD, the TSI. I think there's still more room to go towards 200. This is a very strong resistance level. Keep in mind that last time we were at these highs, we couldn't break this level, and we just went down, all the way down, actually, you know, all things considered, to 150. So still looking good. I do believe we don't have a lot of there's a lot of liquidity in this area, so we might see a continuation, but I think a critical point right now is 200. I like how it behaved today. There had Apple actually had a pretty nice momentum throughout the whole day, even though it looks a little bit choppy in this area, but you know, it was pretty decent. Let's go to the 5-minute, and yeah, it actually moved very nicely compared to other names. Compared to Apple, for example, Apple was a mess today. But anyways, I do believe that we broke this, what was resistance, now is support, which is 190. We are going to be between these two levels. Your next resistance level is 200. That is a critical level right now. There's not a lot of liquidity, so don't be surprised if you actually see a smooth transition towards 200. Once you get to 200, then maybe you can reassess. But for now, I think there is still room for 200 in the next week or so, or maybe earlier. But there is definitely room here. Your next resistance or your next critical level is 200. Let's move on to the next name, which is way lower here. And that would be Google. I also mentioned Google quite often in the last 2 weeks. It had a nice rebound at 140, what was it, 142, 148, and I think I was in 142 was a great level to buy if we got to that point, but we didn't. Anyways, we went over this resistance level, over the 200 SMA. Now you are at resistance at 164. It couldn't break it on Thursday, Friday, and today it went over, but then lost momentum, and now we're still under it. You also couldn't mount the 35 SMA. I wouldn't be surprised, and we're going to go back to the 200 SMA and maybe rebound, or go back towards 157 and then test that level and then continue going up. I see in general a little bit of a small pullback in some names, and that might be the reaction. I think I saw the same with Microsoft, and I've seen the same on some other names that are just moving slowly down and then, you know, coming back, kind of like flagging, and then, you know, there might be a possible move to the upside again. Anyways, you have to go over this resistance level at 164.3 and then mount the 35 SMA for a continuation. Maybe we should put another level in this area. You see it? Look at this. So we'll see. But I think maybe we can consider, let's see if this is valid or not, 170 as or 171. So your support 200 SMA, your resistance right now is 164.3 and the 35 SMA. That's for Google. Let's move on to where is this other name that I mentioned yesterday video actually. So let's see if I can find it. Micron Technologies, and let me take a note right here pretty quick. What I was saying is, if we, and I actually made a post on X about this, but what I was saying is we're maybe gonna range here and then break in either direction. But the fact that you were moving slowly towards resistance at 94, no, what was it? I'm sorry, it wasn't 94. Resistance at 92.7 or something, and now you're actually going over it. Let's take a look at the behavior of this. Yeah, so it broke right at open, and it maintained right on top of it. So that's the 5-minute chart. Look, this is still looking good. The MACD and the TSI, they were kind of neutral, and now they're starting to react to the upside. The only thing that I don't like is that you still have this break right here between the 35 SMA and the 200 SMA, but we'll see what happens. This candle doesn't either look the best, but in general, again, today was a boring, slow, choppy, difficult day to trade. So anyways, I still like MU. I do believe that if we catch momentum throughout the week, Tuesday and Wednesday, normally carry more volume. So we'll see what we get tomorrow and see if there's a continuation. But I still like this. Today it was up almost 3%. Most of that, I guess, value that went up was in the beginning, in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the trading day. After that, it just got flat. Anyways, I like MU. I like the fact that it broke support. We'll see if it's gonna retest, or if it doesn't break down, then we're probably gonna continue going. Then my next resistance level would be the 35 SMA before we even get to 107. That's what I have for MU. And let's move on to another. Let's move on to, I'm sorry, I just noticed that my mouse was pointing somewhere else. Okay, let's do NVIDIA. And I haven't mentioned NVIDIA for a while. Let me wait. Sorry, somebody was calling. I apologize. Anyways, NVIDIA, also this sector is still kind of lagging. We can argue here that we have some type of formation going on here, maybe. Do we? I just don't want to be hopeful at all. But anyways, you're still riding the 35 SMA, but you're still under the support level, which is 117. I do believe that if we break that and we catch a little bit of momentum in the next trading sessions, we might have a nice move up. I don't think it's going to be, too dramatic that it's going to take us to 130 quickly. But I just don't like the fact that there is no momentum and there is not, you're stuck on this volume shelf. MACD and TSI are just not moving. I'm not even looking at them right now. So, you have a pretty decent trading area right here with volume and with momentum. You can see right here the stock got a little bit of strength, but then you pretty much lost it again. We'll see if we break this level, but if not, and if you go under 35 SMA, then you're well on your way to maybe catch on this trend line, maybe, or just continue going towards 100, which I see very unlikely, to be honest. So NVIDIA, I think if we get more volume in the next sessions or whatnot, we're probably going to encounter, or we're going to break this resistance level at 117 and then continue going towards the direction of 130. I'm not saying we're going to hit 130 anytime soon. That would be interesting if we actually do within the next 2 weeks, but I doubt it. And last but not least, I think everybody's eyes today were on Tesla. And look at this. You still continue going. This is quite interesting. Let's go to the 5 minute. And this is what I thought was pretty cool. So you got to 150 at what time? That was 8:45 Pacific time. You close at the same high of day amount, $250 on the spot. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, Tesla seems to give us surprises, meaning that sometimes you have a fantastic day and the next day you have a total disaster. But if we keep positive, I do believe that we can go back to 265. And this is what I was saying in the past about Tesla. If you break 233 or 234, boom, you're just going to go to 265. What it seems like, let's go to the 15 minute, is you have a psychological level here, possibly, and you had a difficulty actually breaking this early in the morning, I guess, early 8:45. And then, you went down and then you came back. If we go to the 1 minute, if you want to see the price action on a little more of detail, you went down and then you came back right to where you were. That's pretty. I don't know when was the last time that happened, or if that even ever happened with Tesla to finish at high of day. That's interesting in my opinion. But anyways, I like Tesla. I still like Tesla. I have a bullish bias on Tesla, but putting that aside, I do like the price action. MACD and TSI, they're not overextended. It's not overbought, so there's definitely more momentum to the upside. 265, no problem. I do believe that it would be optimal to see, you know, baby candles like this, maybe some ceramic candles like this one, just going that would, you know, give you more of a confirmation and would actually keep the RSI and some other indicators a little bit lower. But I think there's momentum, so you can forget about indicators sometimes. Yeah, this is looking good everywhere you look it. Look at it. It looks pretty good. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you. Bye bye.